We're looking into a picture going around online. It claims to show a screenshot of a 2002 episode of The Simpsons. Well, last month, President Trump did just that with the king of Saudi Arabia and the president of Egypt.
The Simpsons is apparently just a simple satirical sitcom about a yellow-skinned family in a fictional town. But over 3 decades, the show has gained an eerie reputation for accurately predicting the future time and again. From predicting wildfires to economic crises and even shocking insights about public figures, The Simpsons has an eerie way of blurring the line between fiction and reality. And now, their scary predictions for the year 2025 have started to surface as well.
The mission leaves in 10 years. I'll be 18 and I'm going to Mars.
As we navigate 2025, whispers about their uncanny foresight grow louder. With each passing day, more of their predictions seem to leap off the screen and into our headlines. Strap in as we explore 17 of the scariest predictions The Simpsons made for 2025, and the chilling ways they're already coming to life. 17. Elon Musk's Mars ambitions. Did The Simpsons call it? Elon Musk's dream of colonizing Mars feels like the ultimate sci-fi ambition, but it's one that The Simpsons envisioned years ago. In the 16th episode of the 27th season titled The Margian Chronicles, Lisa and Marge participate in a program to become the first settlers on Mars.
We're preparing to launch the first privately funded manned mission to Mars.
The episode humorously explores humanity's obsession with interplanetary life, but it also strikes an uncanny chord with Musk's very real SpaceX plans. Musk has repeatedly stated his goal of landing humans on Mars by the late 2020s, with long-term plans to establish a self-sustaining colony. As of 2025, SpaceX has made significant strides, including advancements in rocket technology and preparations for manned missions. The Simpsons episode's depiction of interplanetary trials, conflict.
Welcome to the 100-degree sweat test. Which one of these 2 antiperspirants can stand up to the heat? Looks like ordinary antiperspirants.
The Simpsons episode's depiction of interplanetary trials, conflicts among settlers, and the unpredictable challenges of Mars life feels oddly prophetic. Could The Simpsons have foreseen the rise of Musk's Mars mania? While the show exaggerates the chaos, the underlying questions it raises about survival, ethics, and humanity's future resonate deeply as Musk edges closer to making his Red Planet dreams a reality. 16. The Simpsons' eerie prediction of Pope Francis's death. Among The Simpsons' most chilling predictions is a subtle nod to the death of Pope Francis. In a blink and you'll miss it moment from an older episode, a gravestone appears in the background with a cryptic inscription hinting at the passing of the current Pope in 2025. While this might seem far-fetched, the Pope's health has been a topic of concern in recent years. The gravestone's appearance, combined with The Simpsons' knack for nailing major events, has fueled speculation that they foresaw his demise. Fans have pointed out the show's track record with religious and political leaders, adding weight to the theory. As rumors swirl about the Vatican preparing for potential leadership changes, the gravestone's eerie message lingers. Whether coincidence or clairvoyance, The Simpsons continues to blur the lines between satire and prophecy. 15. The zombie apocalypse. When consumption consumes us. It's hard to imagine a scenario where your favorite fast food joint becomes the catalyst for the end of civilization. But The Simpsons has a knack for taking the absurd and making it unsettlingly believable. In Treehouse of Horror 20, a new burger recipe from a Springfield chain has some rather unhealthy side effects, turning residents into flesh-hungry zombies. At first, it's classic Springfield chaos. Homer obliviously scarfing down burgers, hilariously ignoring the warning signs, and soon the entire town is overrun by zombified neighbors chasing their next bite. The comedic episode packs a deeper message. Consumerism and herd behavior can turn us into metaphorical zombies, long before the undead start roaming the streets. It's a sharp critique of society's addiction to trends, convenience, and blind consumption. Fast forward to the real world in 2025, and the parallels are chilling. Consider how social media trends spread like wildfire, often leading to irrational behaviors. In minutes, misinformation about a product, a shortage, or a health craze can send people into a frenzy. Remember the great toilet paper shortage of 2020? Now imagine a similar situation triggered by something far more consequential: tainted food or a viral contagion. The episode's exaggerated zombie outbreak starts to feel eerily plausible, not as a supernatural event, but as a cautionary tale of what happens when critical thinking is abandoned. In 2025, public health crises remain a pressing concern. With foodborne illnesses, viral outbreaks, and antibiotic-resistant bacteria on the rise, even a small lapse in oversight could trigger widespread panic. The Simpsons' take on mindless consumption reminds us to remain vigilant and informed in the face of societal trends. Because in a world where a single viral video can spark mass hysteria, the real danger isn't the walking dead. It's how quickly we abandon reason for convenience.
Alright, now this came out 3 months ago. And as we know, the Pope is dead. Another accurate prediction. And they throwing it in your face. They've been throwing it in your face for quite some time now when it comes to The Simpsons. And why do you think that is? If you do not heed to the warnings you're being given, you're setting your children up for failure. Because this is a clear message for you to prepare your children for what's to come. You cannot afford to not make preparations if you truly care about your bloodline, about your kids, about your legacy. I mean, I'm pretty sure this stuff here speaks directly to a select amount of people. And those select amount of people, you don't want to abandon everybody else just because they can't comprehend the messages or they're not paying it any attention. Your kids will need all the help they can get. And so if you can help the parents of today raise a better generation of tomorrow to back up your children, you're doing them a favor. So it's not a waste of time. You just got to create the opportunities for them so that they will at least have that option. You don't want to send your kids into this future being reliant, being dependent on rich people providing them with their basic needs, food, all that stuff that they basically need to survive. You don't want to send your children in the future depending on the government for that. They make it very clear they're poisoning your food. That's not something you could just ignore. You can't ignore that. Because that will get worse. As The Simpsons is trying to warn you. If you don't. Because it's going to get worse for the people that just ain't caring, right? For the people that we couldn't help and save. But you better damn sure make sure you try to set your bloodline up. And this is for everybody. It don't matter what race you are. Them rich folks don't care what color you are. They only care about the amount of power you have and the amount of wealth you have. They got you thinking that race matters, gender matters, and all that other extra stuff. Because it keeps your attention off of them. But y'all better start on. Time is ticking. And this ain't to scare anybody, right? I mean, because like this, why would you be scared? It's probably probably won't get too bad in your lifetime. But this is me letting the people know that you ain't fooling nobody talking about you care about your kids if you ain't doing nothing to prepare them for this future. Because just making money, it's crazy because a lot of y'all making money and don't even want to give your kids the money. Like, that don't make no sense to me. But money, they gonna need more than that because money ain't nothing but a tool used to control them. Their minds need to be reinvented. And you can only do that by putting them in a better environment that you actually have control of. And when you get into when you separate into these communities, it's not about who's better, who's richer, who's poor. We all are equals. We all have an equal say, right? I don't believe in secrets. Respect is necessary. If you can't see yourself respecting the person, then that person is probably not meant to be within your community. Regardless of who's wrong or who's right. You gotta put your best effort in to get things going, right? And you'll learn from your mistakes along the way in terms of what's worth ignoring about somebody versus what we've been doing. Because we're so judgmental against each other. We refuse to put ourselves in other people's shoes. We gotta learn to recognize what's really important when it comes to your relationship with others. Gotta have that mutual goal, that mutual understanding, because that's the substance that bonds you together. Gotta have integrity. You can't trust someone with no integrity. They gotta have integrity. No wishy-washy miss. None of that. So for all y'all out there that be half-ass and shit, y'all could have kept it together. Because you're setting yourself, you can't. You're not in control of your life if you don't walk with integrity. Because there are lessons learned. It's levels in the lessons you learn throughout life walking righteously. And so the longer you spend living an unrighteous life, you're stunting your growth. I mean, I understand a lot of people had a very rough upbringing with the people around them, the abuse, all type of craziness going on. Those are the people that need help if they want help. You just got to be able to recognize who really wants the help. And all they got to do is focus on making sure they show that they want the help. And the only way they can do that is being completely genuine, true to themselves. When a person show you who they are, believe them, as the saying goes. I gotta wake up, people. Got to do something for this next generation. Because we had a taste. Like the millennials had a taste of what things are like when technology changed on them, right? We grew up without without all the computers and technology, and we watched how that changed. What's coming next is a whole nother level. Most of Americans are not even, as Elon Musk was saying, y'all not even smart enough for him to want to hire you to do the things he's doing. He want to go to these other countries that are much more organized, much more disciplined, much more structured. America is really, they only got to their position by forcing it, being willing to do whatever it took. And that's not something that's sustainable. It's up to the people, because the rich people are going to continue to do what they do. You might have a few that try to help get things right, but it's ultimately up to the people to reclaim their power, man. Because every last one of you have right to grow your own food, take care of your own basic needs. That was something that never should have been given up. No one man needs to own an entire state worth of land. That don't make no sense. That is nothing but greed and corruption. That's all that is. And this land, and because we've given up our land, they don't even care about the health of it. The health of it being able to grow. They destroying the soil. Like y'all put it in their hands and they destroying it. So it's like, look, man, y'all gotta reclaim y'all power. Y'all can't send your kids into the future like this, man. You can't do it. That is not an option. If you have the means to make a change, you need to be working on that. Seriously. As I do with all the videos, I put the link to this video in the description. I'm not gonna play this whole thing, but it definitely has more information y'all might be interested in here.